Son shit, y'all ready?
I hope y'all are. Man, the stimulus package episode. This is what we do. Hey, it's coming. And now I guess everybody's getting it. So yeah, it's coming. $1,200. You have a lot of people tripping, like, man, what is that supposed to do? How is that supposed to help me? Federal minimum wage is $7.25. That's where you get that. 40 hours in a month's time. That's what you get. Crazy thing is, that's what we're getting. We're getting straight $1,200. If you're saying that that's not going to help you, imagine when the taxes every 2 weeks, out of that $600 comes back. Average rent nationwide is well over $1,200. So imagine, you're telling people, right now we're finding out who's essential. So you're telling the essential people that's what they have to survive off of, less than $1,200 a month. Deal with it. But you're tripping on $1,200 extra dollars that you didn't have to work for. My bad. $1,200 extra dollars that you don't have to dip into your savings for. You're tripping. And then you're upset that that's what it is. The same thing that many people have been boo-hooing about when it comes to the living wage. Oh man, then they need to do something else. This is it. Those same people that you boo-hoo are the same people that you now say thank you to. Some of those are the same people that you are relying on to help you get by. We're in a messed up situation in America. A lot of America's flaws are being shown right now. The same way we have little memes all over the internet and social media about how people are going to start to look, the longer these quarantines go, haircuts and hairstyles and makeup and, blah, blah, blah. The real you are about to be presented. The real us is being presented. This quarantine, this corona has shown us the real us. States can't really have real lockdowns, not because they don't want to, not because they're scared of all these, the rioting thing is totally mythical. The riot thing is totally mythical. I'm realizing martial law, totally mythical. We'll never have martial law in this country. We won't have martial law in this country because corporations will not allow anything to just completely shut down. That's it. I ain't worried about martial law. The country won't allow anything corporate America will not allow anything to shut down. So there will never be martial law. I'm not worried about people rioting because I personally have survived many natural storms where everything's gone. I've survived situations where everything is out. Power is out. Only thing rocking is the phone. Power out, and people are chilling with each other. People are okay with each other. You see it on the news when massive floods and hurricanes are coming. People are helping each other. The only people who always end up causing some type of problem are the people with the guns looking to basically barricade themselves off. Those are it. Those are the only ones. Katrina, the people who were the problem were the people trying to stop people from crossing bridges or coming into their neighborhoods. That's it. I've seen where power outages happen. Nobody's raiding anything. That's a thing where few people think about doing it, but nobody's doing it. Maybe a handful will do it. Let's put it that way. A handful will do it. And it's to a store. Nobody's actually going, now we're going to go up the street and knock that dude who got all that out. We're going to take everything he got, when you could easily, at any point, go to a store because there's no power. And people don't really do it. You rarely hear stores, and in this day and age, since 2000, where people are like, and then they just started raiding everything and taking everything. It sounds good, but it doesn't really happen. People are so concerned about their welfare, their friends and family's welfare, that they're not risking doing something to somebody else, because now everybody's in the same situation. You could easily be that person. It's all crazy. Our country has shown its true colors. It's about corporate America. Nothing's being shut down because corporate America is so worried. They're giving us the stimulus package and they're telling us to only buy essentials. That's not going to do anything. The stimulus package at this point that you're trying to send out is completely useless. Our president was looking to rush everything by Easter for the stimulus package to have a better move. You know, what we should have done, what we still can do, 2 week shutdown. I would say 1 week, but if you do a 2 week preparation, that means you're paid at some point down the line. You know what I'm saying? One of those weeks, your paycheck should fall on one of those weeks. You're part of at least you have money to sit on. Even if you don't have anything to go out and get, you have money to sit on. So when it's up, you have money to spend. Because that's another thing too. A lot of these places, like, I feel bad for a lot of those people who have to shut down because they do nails and hair and they do this and do that, and that's not essential, and that's your money lost. Should have been saving. I feel really bad for those who are quote unquote the essentials, the grocery store people, the people who still gotta work at restaurants, fast food places, Starbucks apparently, any place with a fast food window, a drive-through window. All these places, I feel bad for them, because if they do go, hey, I'm worried about my safety, my family's safety, you can take that time. You're not getting paid for it. That's wrong. You know what I'm saying? There's people committing suicide because they're scared they might have it and they don't want to give it to their families. It's real out there. It's real. And what's crazy is our employers are telling our employees, we're trying to do what we can to help make your situation better, when the one thing is quarantine, complete shutdown. They can't do it. They won't do it. The stimulus package, it went from this to this. These people might get it. Those people won't get it. These people will get some of it. These people won't. They were debating on how to work with us as a public, because end of the day, some people work, some people don't. Some people get paid more, some people don't. That's crazy. That's our government. Other people around the world are taking care of their people. We can't, because corporate America runs us. If you ever thought that before, if you ever had an inkling of that, if that was something that you heard someone say, it is definitely laid out for you right now. In the moment of time when our government, and nobody's exempt, every single one of them are responsible for what is happening to the citizens of this country right now. That's the problem. That's where the problem lies. The problem isn't the people. The people would be cool with shutting everything down. Everybody is on board for the citizens, with the exception of corporate America and politicians. Burger King has a commercial. Burger King has 2 commercials that I've seen where they're still cordially inviting you to come out and eat. Nonchalantly. Car commercials. In these hard times, in these times of social distancing, look online. We'll bring the car to you. They still want money. They're still encouraging you to spend money. Governments are now going, we have to say just essentials. So when you walk into a Walmart, when you walk into a Target, you're not getting a TV. When you walk into a Lowe's, which should be open because Lowe's isn't really an essential, make sure you're just not, make sure you're buying something that's essential. I have no idea what that would be, but that's where we are right now. Our country is in a weird place. The rest of the world is looking at us trying to figure out, how are we worried about an aspect of life that solely depends on its people. The economy solely depends on us. So if the president, if the congressmen, if the senators, if all these people are not, and corporate America, if they're not worried about our safety over the stock market, there's a problem. There's a problem. Take the money, save the money, sit on the money. When this is all over, conservatively spend. Leave the stock market where it lay, because the problem isn't the people. The problem is corporate America and the politicians who are lackeys of them, and their mentality that this, the economic structure, is more important than the people who drive the economic structure. We're second tier to this. We're option number 2 to this. We're not even part of the process to this. They're worried about that. The stimulus package is a one-shot deal. Other countries are giving out money monthly, every few weeks, bi-monthly, in case, depending on how long this rocks. We're like one-shot deal. We're going to try to figure out how to go back to work and deal with it. That's what we're doing. We're doing the American thing of working with the sickness, not trying to cure it and figure out how to fix it, but live with it. That's what Americans do. Americans live with diabetes, live with cancer, live with this, they live with that. They don't get rid of it. There's nobody coming up with a cure. They live with it, continue to live with it, and you pay for the prescriptions to take care of it. That's what they're going to do. They're going to come up with a medicine that helps you in case you do have it, to live with it. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do that, because that's the American thing that we do. So until then, don't worry about it. Go out here and make it happen. The restrictions on a lot of these retailers, that's going to be the thing that starts riots. That's like, out of all the things that you have seen so far, the violence comes when people are being greedy. That's it. People are being greedy and they think that somebody's going to stop them from taking what they want to take because there's not going to be enough around somewhere along the line. Like I said, the economy is great as much as they try to tell you it's not. I understand maybe General Motors and Ford and all of them, they're tripping. I get that. You know what I'm saying? The tech companies, they're tripping. I get that. Whoever makes laptops and all that, I get that. Procter & Gamble's straight. They good. S.C. Johnson is straight. Johnson & Johnson is straight. Nabisco is straight. Whoever making bread, they're straight. The bologna people, the cheese people, Kraft people, they're straight. They're good. Hostess, Huggies, the people who make Pampers, they're straight. You know what I'm saying? So this economic decline, it's not really an economic decline. It's a certain group that's not getting bread. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nobody's out here going, let's bang out some TVs. Let's buy the newest hard copy of an album or a movie or something. Let's go buy a car. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's nobody's going to the furniture store right now. That's over with. Because the worst thing is, I can set up an appointment to go buy a house, go look at a house. Somebody can't go bury their loved one. They can't have a funeral. That's crazy. People can't see the people who passed because of this quarantine, but I can set up a schedule and look at a house. That's crazy. That's the country we're living in right now. That's the country we live in right now. I can set up a schedule and see a couple of houses, hang out. Somebody can't bury their loved one. They have to give directions to another group of people to handle that for them. That's the problem. That's America. That's our country. We are not valuing our people. I'm just saying what I'm saying because to me, this is what the problem is. I was kind of like, yo, with this quarantine thing, when it really got crazy, by the way, once Tom Hanks said he had it, and the NBA said there was players who had it, and then they just shut everything down, and MLB shut everything down, that's when it really became real. Because it's still not real to people. You know what I'm saying? It's not real to people because we don't put names to it. You'd be like, hey, there's a case here, somebody died there, and that's how we would talk about it. Oh man, only like a handful of people died. Say their names. Don't know their names. You don't know their names because once you put names to it, it becomes personal. Example was Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks said he had it. It became personal. Oh snap. If Tom Hanks got it, anybody can get it. That's when everything got crazy. That's the realness. That's what I'm talking about. Our country is so, and trust me, the longer this goes on, and all politicians are involved, the media will be involved. At some point, they're going to start not acknowledging the deaths. Social media is going to be where we get that information. The news will not really acknowledge it. It's going to be independent people going, hey, word is these people, boom. Because newspapers, people will still put out the money for obituaries for their loved ones. That is how we're going to find out. When people put obituaries out and they go, oh, yeah, died from that. You're going to have to start saying that to acknowledge that there's still deaths going on. Died from that. Boom. That's it. Because everybody else is going to downplay it and try to get back to some normalization, and more people are going to die because we never really took the time to address it, to attack it, to move it out the way, and then move forward. Other countries will be moving forward and then telling us not to travel. That's what's going to happen. Other countries are going to catch on, figure out what to do it, and then say, we can't allow Americans to come through. We can't allow you to go to America. Disney World, Disneyland, all our theme parks, all that will be off limit. International athletes will have to stay home. They're still now, like, it took them to NBA to just realize, yeah, this is it, this is over, and they just start doing some 2K stuff. They were still fathoming that they could do it. Movie industry, they don't know what to do. Worried about the economic structure versus the people. And I'm not blaming NBA or the movies or whatever. I'm just saying that's where they are right now. You have people going, oh my God, so what about these movies coming out? Fuck them movies right now. What about your neighbor? What about your family? What about your co-workers? Fuck them movies. They're done. They'll come out when they come out. They'll just have to be, you'll have to figure out how to watch it one way or the other. People alive. That's what we need to worry about. We're so caught up into everything except for the lives of our own citizens. This is your man, Black Seas. This is Our World, Our Time. I guess I'm back. You know what I'm saying? I've been sitting back watching a lot of this jump off for a minute, and I'm like, yo, I need to speak. I'm going to start trying to get guests. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to do what we do because at least this can still continue. I'm tripping. I was bugging. I ain't know how to address this. This was something I was like, yo, how do I go about doing this? And then I realized it's just me and a mic anyway. I did want to go out for the primaries, but the primaries were canceled. They were like, yeah, there ain't no primaries. Like, how are we even doing that? Like, and that's another thing too. Don't get it twisted. This will affect the election. This will affect the there's a whole lot of chain of events to this. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot going on. Trust me. But yeah, my plan was to go out and be about and actually get live audio and talk to people at the primaries. But we'll still do some other stuff too. But I'm telling you, be safe out there. Protect your peoples. And when I say your peoples, I ain't just talking about your family and friends, your neighbors, the neighbors that you don't talk to, the neighbors with the shitty kid. Protect them too. Try to figure out, we all need to be safe. You know what I'm saying? We all need to be safe. The motherfucker who be scoping out your Amazon shit when the Amazon just drops and it walks off. Yeah, punch him, but protect him. We got to protect each other because the government is not. We have to do that. Corporate America is not. We have to do that. This is your man, Black Seas. Our world, our time. You agree, you agree. You disagree, you disagree. Holla at me. Let's talk about it. I'm out. Peace.
This is our world, our time, our light. Get it right.
This is a Soul of Art presentation.
I still do not have a cool send-off joint. We working on that. Peace.